Good evening. Welcome to another session of Current Affairs. Today's our first topic is CORONIL. What is CORONIL and why was it in news? So what happened is last Tuesday, Patanjali Private Limited, which is so famous for its Ayurvedic products, arranged a press conference. In that press conference, Guruji Ramdev Baba, Yoga Guru Ramdev Baba, and the head of the Patanjali, one of the head of the Patanjali, Acharya Balakrishna, and the NIMS director Balveer Singh Tomar had attended as a guest. Jaipur NIMS director Balveer Singh Tomar had attended as a guest to the press conference. So in that press conference, Patanjali had claimed that they have brought up a first Ayurvedic medicine for COVID-19. So it was a sensation that they have claimed that they have prepared the first Ayurvedic medicine for COVID-19. So it was a sensation, a sort of sensation, and it was in news immediately. There was a lot of discussion, lot of criticism also was there on that. So what Patanjali had claimed that they have introduced a corona kit, a treatment kit, which comprised of three. One was CORONIL tablets. Okay. Second was Swasari Vati. This is sort of a tonic. Third one was Anuteila. So these were a sort of a oil drops, which you have to pour in your nostrils. So together these three are the corona kit, the treatment, the Ayurvedic treatment claimed by Patanjali Private Limited. So immediately the Ayush Ministry had claimed that they did not know anything about the medicine. You all know that Ayush Ministry is the head, and it had given a statement that they do not know anything about the medicine, and because they were not aware of it. Right. In this press conference, the Patanjali also claimed that it had done clinical trials in Ahmedabad, Meerut, New Delhi, and different cities. It had said they had done all the clinical trials, and from the results what they have got, they said that out of the total patients, the patients who used this medicine for 3 days, out of the total patients, the patients which have used this medicine for 3 days, 69% of the total patients were cured. The patients who have used this medicine for 3 days, 69% of the total patients were cured, and the patients who have used for 7 days, 100% of them were cured. So they had said that they had done all the clinical trials in the major cities of New Delhi, Meerut, and all other different cities, and they have done the clinical trials in controlled situations, and what they got was this result, that in 3 days 69% of the patients were healed from COVID-19, and in 7 days total 100% recovery rate was there. So when Ayush Ministry had learnt about this, they had said that they did not know anything about the medicine, and immediately it had asked the Patanjali Private Limited to give all the details. So where were the clinical trials done? The Patanjali was asked by Ayush Ministry that where were the clinical trials were done, give the reports of the clinical trials, what were the composition of the drug, what was the sample size, that means amount of drug given, how much of mg or how much of ml of the drug was given, right? The ethics clearance certificate, institutional ethics clearance certificate, institutional ethics clearance, and CTRI registration. CTRI means Clinical Trials Registry of India registration. All sort of documents. It had asked all the details from Ayush Ministry. And they have also asked Patanjali to stop such advertising until they learn the total matter from the reports what they have given. They have asked Patanjali to stop advertising such claims, not to make any fake claims, and it has said that they will go into that matter and they will respond. Immediately what the Ayush Ministry did was, it had asked the Uttarakhand government. It had asked the Uttarakhand government to give all the details of the licenses, the license copies given to Patanjali for this drug, license copies. But the reply from the state licensing authority was that they had given only the license for a immunity booster and also the medicine for cold, cough and flu. The state licensing authority of Uttarakhand said that they did not give any license for corona medicine, but they had only given the license for the sale of the medicine which will cure cold, cough and fever. And they didn't know that it was, this Patanjali was going to sell COVID-19 medicine. And immediately Ayush Ministry had also asked the all principal secretaries of all states to stop such advertisements which are making such false claims. Right, immediately Patanjali had responded saying that they have done all the clinical trials in a controlled situations. They have produced this medicine, this CORONIL medicine, based on the experience they had on the Ayurveda, whatever the experience they had, the traditional knowledge of Ayurveda was used, and this was medicine prepared. They have also, Patanjali also claimed that, the spokesperson of Patanjali, Tijarawala, said that they have prepared this medicine abiding by all the rules laid by the government. That means they have not violated any rules. And the Patanjali spokesperson had also asked that there is no room for confusion. Right? And it had also asked the people not to make any unnecessary comments on this issue. Okay? Now you must know what is the composition of this drug. The important part. The composition of the drug combines main three ingredients. Giloy. First one is giloy. Second is ashwagandha. And third one is tulsi. So this coronil tablets and the total corona kit was prepared And the three main ingredients were giloy, ashwagandha and tulasi. Giloy in Telugu you called tippatiga, right? Tippatiga, and everyone knows ashwagandha, tulasi, no need of introduction, right? So these were the three main ingredients. So what did Ayush Ministry do immediately when they got all the details? They had filed an FIR on Baba Ramji Acharya Balakrishna, and they have said that they are going to use the act Drugs and Magic Remedies Act. Under Drugs and Magic Remedies Act of 1954, an FIR was filed. Okay, now let us learn about what is that Drugs and Magic Remedies Act of 1954. So it's a very old act, right? This act contains of a list of 54 diseases. This Drugs and Magic Remedies Act of 1954 contains a list of 54 diseases. Basically, this is an act against objectionable advertisements. Objectionable advertisements. So you must have seen sometimes on some pamphlets or in some channels saying that if you wear some talisman or if you wear some amulet, oka tayatto kattukunte emana ఇలాంటివి కట్టుకుంటే కొన్ని రోగాలు, అంటే అలోపతికి మెడిసిన్కు అందని రోగాలు కూడా మేము రాత్రికి రాత్రి తగ్గిస్తామనే కొన్ని మీరు యాడ్స్ చూసుంటారు. అట్లాంటి యాడ్స్ ఒకవేళ అది ప్రూవ్ అయితే, చీటింగ్ అని ప్రూవ్ అయితే, దిస్ యాక్ట్ విల్ బి యూజ్డ్ అగేన్స్ట్ దెమ్. డ్రగ్స్ అండ్ మ్యాజిక్ రెమెడీస్ యాక్ట్ కింద వాళ్ళ మీద కేసు ఫైల్ అవుతుంది. సో దిస్ యాక్ట్ వాజ్ యూజ్డ్ అగేన్స్ట్ దిస్ పతంజలి ఆల్సో నౌ. So this led to criticism because that's an old act. That act need to be reviewed now, and out of the 54 diseases which is there in the list, many of these diseases have got treatment now. There are diseases like diabetes, hypertension, appendix in that list, and they have there is treatment for some of the 54 diseases also. So when government said that they are going to use this act, they said that this led to some criticism. Okay? So that was the details about CORONIL. Right? So next, let's move on to our next topic. This is a very important topic. 100% punctuality in Indian Railways. 100% punctuality in Indian Railways. So, the Railway Minister Piyush Goyal had announced that on July 1st, 2020, the Indian Railways have attained an feat which was never accomplished before. That means they have done a thing that which was not done before in the history. So what did they do? So the total trains which were running on July 1st had left on time and they had reached their destination on time. That means all these trains which were traveling on July 1st were on time. So this is a huge, actually this is a very important and very great thing, because this was a bit difficult during normal days, right? So when we get into that picture, when we look into that picture, 234 passenger trains, 3,000 goods trains, 3,000 goods trains, and 2,200 empty trains. were on that tracks on July 1st. That means the total trains engaged were 234 passenger trains, 3,000 goods trains and 200 empty trains. One thing you must understand that the number of trains on that ran on July 1st were very less. So the original traffic which runs on normal times before COVID-19 was around 13,000 passenger trains, 13,000 passenger trains and 8,000 goods trains. So there is no comparison between 13,000 and 234, but in its way, achieving 100% with 234 passenger trains, 3,000 goods trains is also a big feat actually, that we must acknowledge. Right, now we have understood something about the number of trains which travel regularly in India. Right, so why are trains always late in India? The one thing is there are two types of problems. First is an internal problem. What are internal problems? Right, problems in signaling. Problems in signaling, you know the signaling of rails, right? Breakdown of the power equipment problems. Power problems or the equipment related problems, right? And failure of the, breakdown, I should say a better word, breakdown of the trains, like rolling stock, and sometimes the problem of the track problem, right? So, and human errors sometimes. So all these things are related in the internal issues. When it comes to the external issues, we have seen in the past that run over cattle. So many times these trains hit a flock of sheep or some herd of buffaloes or cows passing on the train. We have also heard about elephants getting collided with a group of elephants, right? Run over cattle. Run over some accidents also. People also sometimes die crossing the track. Right, we must have heard this so many times in news. Right, run over cattle and people die. Third is agitations, rail roko. When some people wants to do some strike, they will do rail roko, agitations, etc. So all these are which adds to the late of the running of the trains. Okay. So, what did this railway department do in this COVID-19 lockdown? There was a lockdown period, there was no movement of trains. So, what did the railways do in this lockdown period? So, in railways, there are some critical junction, guys, where an old bridge or an improper track, some curves on a track, all these are critical junctions. The trains which are passing over this track have to slow down at this place and they have to travel, right? So what did Indian Railways do during this lockdown was, they have fixed up all these critical junctions. ఎక్కడెక్కడైతే ప్రాబ్లం ఉండనో రైల్వేస్లో ఒక ఓల్డ్ ట్రాక్ కానివ్వండి, ఒక పాత బ్రిడ్జ్ కానివ్వండి, సిగ్నలింగ్ వ్యవస్థలో కూడా ప్రాబ్లం అవ్వనివ్వండి. సో ఇండియన్ రైల్వేస్ ఆ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అన్నిటినీ ఈ లాక్డౌన్ పీరియడ్లో సాల్వ్ చేసేసింది. అండ్ వాట్ దే డిడ్ ఇస్ ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ implementation అండ్ ఆపరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది ట్రైన్స్లో కూడా కొత్త స్ట్రాటజీస్ యూజ్ చేయడం మొదలుపెట్టింది. ఆపరేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ రైల్వేస్లో కూడా కొత్త స్ట్రాటజీస్ వాడడం మొదలుపెట్టింది. సిగ్నలింగ్ సిస్టమ్స్ని ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసింది. దే హ్యావ్ ఇంప్రూవ్డ్ ది సిగ్నలింగ్ సిస్టమ్స్. So what happened by all these things? They have first fixed the tracks. Right? They have first fixed the tracks. Then they have improved the signaling systems. And they have improved the implementation and operations of the railways. So due to this, what happened is the average speed has increased. The average speed of the trains had increased. And there was no need to slow down at these critical points. ఫస్ట్ వాళ్ళ యావరేజ్ స్పీడ్ పెరిగింది అండ్ ఈ క్రిటికల్ జంక్షన్స్లో స్లో డౌన్ అయ్యే అవసరం లేకుండా ఇప్పుడు. సో దిస్ లెడ్ టు అ బెటర్ స్పీడ్ అండ్ ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్. బెటర్ స్పీడ్ అండ్ ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ అండ్ దిస్ ఆల్సో వాస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ ఫర్ అటైనింగ్ 100% punctuality. రైట్. సో ఈ సిస్టమ్ ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది రైల్వేస్లో? హౌ ఈస్ ద సిస్టమ్ ఆఫ్ రన్నింగ్ లేట్? సో వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఈస్, ఇఫ్ వన్ ట్రైన్ ఈజ్ లేట్ ఇన్ ఎ ట్రాక్, ఒక ట్రాక్ మీద సపోజ్ ఒక సౌత్ సెంట్రల్ రైల్వేలోనే ఒక ట్రైన్ లేట్ వస్తుంది అనుకోండి మీరు, it is going to impact, if one train is late, it is going to impact the time of all the other trains which are traveling that way. ఒక ట్రైన్ గిట్ట లేట్ ఉంటే ఆ ట్రాక్ మీద నడిచే ప్రతి ఒక్క ట్రైన్ని ఇది తినేస్తుంది, ఆ సమయాన్ని తినేస్తుంది. రైట్. వన్ మోర్ థింగ్ ఈస్, in railways there is a practice. If one train is late for 2 hours, what they will do is they will make this train, the train X, let us think the train is late, train X is late by 2 hours. So if one train is late by 2 hours, they will do one thing, that is they will make this train more 2 hours late, but they will not disturb any other train which is passing through that track. And there is also a myth among the people కొంతమంది అంటే ప్రజల్లో ఒక ప్రాబ్లం ఏముందంటే, if train is running 2 hours late, they will think that it will go fast in the remaining journey and cover the distance. That's not possible, because the train already has the number of junctions, the number of stations it has to go, and the number of stations it has to stop at. And one more thing is, if a premium train is coming, if an higher category train is coming, it has to come onto the side track and it has to give way for the premium train. Right? So like this also the time is getting wasted. Right? So this is also one reason that if it is late for once, it will be late. Okay? Right, that was about how the late run. What are the other factors? Why does this train runs late? So if the train is running late in particular area, right, the officials, mainly the station masters, the professionals, they have to take the call. They have to take the call which train to run and which train has not to run. So the in charges, the station masters will take the decision to allow which train to allow and which train not to allow. Right? And one more thing you have to understand is, the core problem, the important problem of this is, we are running more trains than our network can handle. మన కెపాసిటీని మించి మనం ట్రైన్స్ని నడుపుతున్నాం. You must know one thing, guys. There is the track which connects New Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Bombay. So this region is called Golden Quadrilateral. Golden Quadrilateral region. So the amount of total track present in this region, which connects Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai and Mumbai. The track which the total amount of track is present is here 15% of the total track present in India. But the traffic here, traffic of trains which travel on these tracks is 60%, guys. So you must, now you can imagine how much of traffic of trains will be there, right? So to solve all these problems, the railways have come with an idea called zero-based timetable. Zero-based timetable. So what is zero-based timetable? Suppose if there is a train and if less than 50% of the seats have been booked, so such trains will be cancelled so that the remaining trains traveling on that path can go on. Right? That was the first thing. Second thing is, if the bookings at a stations are less, if the number of bookings at a station are less, then what will railways do is, the train will skip that station. The train will skip the station, and in the first place, the less than 50% train will be cancelled. So using such strategies, railway is going to improve the functionality of Indian railways. Right? I hope you have understood about 100% punctuality in Indian railways. So let's get into our third topic today. Right. Today's third topic is Raja Parva festival. Raja Parva festival of Odisha. Right. What is Raja Parva festival? Actually, it is a festival. It's a 3-day long festival, guys. It's a 3-day long festival celebrated in Odisha. Right? So the first day will be called Pehli Raja. The second day will be called Mithuna Sankranti. Mithuna Sankranti. And the third one will be called Pehli Raja, Mithuna Sankranti and Bhudaha. Bhudaha or Basi Raja. Bhudaha or Basi Raja. So what they will do is, the people will celebrate it for 3 days. The day before Pehli Raja is called Saja Baja. On this day, the unmarried girls, what they will do is, a nutritious food will be given to them called Poda Pitha. So, Poda Pitha, these unmarried girls will get ready or decorate themselves on Saja Baja, a day before Pehli Raja. On this day, because all these unmarried girls will be prepared for their matrimony. Since they are being prepared for their matrimony, they will be given nutritious food called Poda Pitha. They will not walk on the ground barefooted. They will not walk on the ground barefooted. Okay? And they will have a holy snan, holy bath. And they will swing on ropes happily. This is same like Atla Taddi, guys, to some extent. In Telugu, in some parts of Telugu, people celebrate Atla Taddi. This is same, it is similar to that. Swing on ropes happily. Right? On the third day, it is called Bhudaha. On this day, what they will do is, the women mainly, they will take a stone, right? They will perform some puja to the stone by bathing the stone and applying turmeric paste and sindoor to the stone. Okay? Mainly this festival is to show their respect towards Mother Earth. This festival is celebrated to show their respect for Mother Earth. So what they will do is, for these 3 days, they will not do any digging works, or they will participate in any construction works, to show their respect towards the Mother Earth. Show their respect towards Mother Earth. So they will not work for 3 days. Any sort of construction works or any sort of digging works will not be done on these 3 days. So first, on Sachabaja, what they will do, the unmarried girls will decorate themselves. They will eat a nutritious food called poda pita. They will not walk barefooted. They will have a holy bath, and after having a holy bath, they will swing on the ropes. Okay? And 3rd day is Bhudaha. On Bhudaha, they will take a stone. The women mainly will take a stone. They will, the stone will resemble Mother Earth, right? Here the stone will resemble Mother Earth. They will give the holy bath to the stone. They will apply turmeric paste and sindoor and offer flowers. It's sort of a puja to show their respect towards Mother Earth. And during these 3 days, they will not do any digging or construction work. Okay? I hope you have understood about Raja Parva festival of Odisha. Okay? So those were our 3 topics for today. That's all for today. Let's meet in our next current affairs session. Thank you.